Hi everyone, Bob and Audrey for this week's Everyday Hope.
We sure love you. We're praying for you. And we have some great encouragement for you when it comes to fighting for your family and praying for the people that you really love.
Let hope mark your life. Hope is absolutely contagious.
Oh, it
and
is.
This, as we're recording the video, it is Miracle Monday. And that's something in the Meisner household that we've just kind of coined.
We've just
Please
decided.
take it and use it.
We've decided that Mondays should be Miracle Mondays. Why not?
Yeah, and you can have miracles all through the week, but just to wake up on a Monday and just to affirm to your heart, today is another day of miracles.
So as we start, there's just 3 things that we want to share you that are very current, that just happened to us this last weekend. God keeps keeping all of us, teaching us, counseling us. It's incredible. So it happened to me in the middle of the night. I know that's not my favorite time to receive truth from God because I have to be awake and I like to sleep. But I woke up at 3, and Robert recently told me, our little 15-year-old, I said, "Oh, I didn't sleep that good."
Yeah. He's being our motivator, our encourager, our
Yes.
counselor. Yes.
Yes, he is.
He hears us in the house
He knows
all
a
the
lot.
time.
He's a teenager, so he knows a lot about a lot of things.
He's like, why do I have to live with motivational speakers?
It's true. He's like, seriously, you don't know what this is like.
Yeah.
Anyway, but he told me, he goes, "Well, you didn't sleep very well, Mom. Why did you stay in bed? You need to get out of bed, move around, take a drink, change your atmosphere. And then when you go back to bed, you'll be knowing that's the place you sleep." I said, "Okay, Robert." So of all things, I'm up in Saturday night, and I actually had this thought. I remembered what Robert said. So I got up, and for some reason, never done this before, I went out the front door. There was a porch light on with a chair. I had my Bible, my journal, and I just started to pray. And a cool thing happened. As I started declaring God's goodness for our home, I was seeing, what does it look like for God's goodness to literally invade our home? Just like a robber or a thief would invade for a negative way, God's goodness wants to invade our home and bring prosperity and favor and peace and all these incredibly good things.
So what would it be that your family is needing?
Yeah.
As you, as a parent, a lot of times we view ourselves, as the gatekeeper. Okay, things are established, things are safe, things are secure. Possibly, there's been a breach in the wall, but that's been repaired.
Yeah.
Now, how do we begin to tend to the garden on the inside?
Yes.
How do we begin to care for one another and those who have been placed in our care? And that's where we really need the counsel of the Lord.
We do, and we need to pray for our kids. So what does it look like? Our oldest is 30. I surely don't want to get involved with manipulative prayer of do this for them and do that. And so anyway, I just started declaring God's goodness, but then 2 words that I was speaking really stuck out profoundly. And as I was praying, instruction and counsel over my children. I pray for instruction and counsel to be beside every one of my children. And then I got individual, and I started seeing Christopher over Christopher. Vision, to counsel and instruction showing up at his doors like messengers.
As well for our daughter Janelle, for our son David and his wife Tessa, for Robert, for me.
Yes.
I need the instruction and the counsel of the Lord for my life. So would you allow the Holy Spirit, and I believe even the Father sending ministering angels to us, that throughout our day, we would encounter his instruction and his counsel for our lives.
I love this word invade, because invade can be a negative word. So, just as we don't want a robber to invade our home, I'll tell you, when God's goodness invades our home, they showed up with suitcases and their names were instruction and counsel, and they're visiting every one of us.
And it comes with authority.
Yep.
And it comes with great power. And it's amazing when you do have a strategy and a plan in place, how you just feel so much better.
Confidence.
The confidence that comes,
Yes.
and it's just like, hey, I'm not in this alone. God's on my side, and he has counsel and instruction for me. He has counsel and instruction for you.
And just because of the identity that's established in who I am as his child, it's like the sound of my voice there at my front door, the sound of my voice can cut through the atmosphere declaring God's goodness over our home.
Good.
You can do that for your family, over every one of the people you love.
Yes.
Whoa, getting passionate here.
All right.
Okay.
Now, we also have this week just actually almost very humbled, but it's something that we've been working on for over a year, and in fact, like a decade. But we finally have launched our very first e-course.
Yes.
It's called Great Marriages Start Here. And so we launched it just last week. We sent out an awareness. You'll hear more about it, but people already are purchasing. People who have been using it are finding, it's just really, really
Right,
helping
we're getting
them.
a great response.
It's an awesome way to be able to begin to turn up the truth in your life and also to bring in emphasis, and care, for your marriage. But Audrey and I, we spent a lot of time throughout the days, counseling with people, Skyping, visiting, with them, bringing, hope for their marriages. And the thought that I had today was simply this. 2 Corinthians 10 verse 5 says, take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. Immediately we think of the negative thoughts.
Which is good.
We want to bind those bad thoughts up, but it says take every thought. And I was speaking with a great man who is, really taking the leadership and taking responsibility for his own heart and life. And I just really began to encourage him in saying this: take every thought captive. That means the bad and the good, because I want to give you permission to begin to step and walk in obedience to the counsel of the Lord.
Yes.
You see, as the Holy Spirit reminds you of how to love your wife, of how to care and to cover, of how to laugh and how to be free.
Wow.
A lot of times, because of our woundedness and brokenness, we're just like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to be. No, I'm going to take that thought captive.
Wow.
And I'm going to walk in obedience
Thank
to
you,
the
Bob.
counsel of the Lord for my life. And then when I have competing thoughts of the negative, of the harmful, the debilitating, and then I hear the counsel of the Lord, I'm going to embrace that thought. And in my obedience, I will diffuse the other. So today, step number 2, take every thought captive. Take every thought captive, the good ones, and begin to embrace those and watch the benefit and the establishment of righteousness in your own heart, within your own family, and for your generations.
I'm loving the theme going on, Bob, because it's an invasion of God's goodness and capturing the good thoughts. Both of these words could go negative, and we're redeeming them. Yes, goodness is
let's
invading
finish
your
this
home.
up, Audrey.
The third thought. I know you guys don't have all day, but this is exciting. So the third one is this: we do not want to have any part of telling you what's wrong with you. We want to be in full participation and partnership with God of telling you what's right with you. You have people in your life that have been judging you. You have people that you just feel like are putting you down and always reminding you of how wrong you are. Well, I'm telling you today, because of the Holy Spirit inside of you, you are that dynamic child of God. You are full of His favor. In fact, you know your position in Him, where you can ask of Him of anything, and He is right there, and you hear His voice. That's who you are.
Okay, good. So I think we've been long enough on the video.
Okay.
Please take the time to read the write-up afterwards. But one more thing before we go. Be sure to check bobandaudrey.com or lovemarriedlife.com. The e-course is Great Marriages Start Here. And then for Mother's Day coming up.
Okay.
This is a way that you can begin to what?
Buy a gift for your mom. Wake up smiling.
Wake up smiling.
This book is going crazy. People are loving it. It's brand new. I wrote this 40-day devotional. It's a beautiful, colorful book. And if you want to send one to your mom, go ahead and order it, bobandaudrey.com. Do it quick.
Yeah.
It'll be the perfect Mother's Day present. I promise you.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a promo code for the Great Marriages Start Here. And whether you're married or by yourself and you're praying for your marriage, this course will really help you.
It will. Hey, it's Miracle Monday.
It
Experience His goodness in your heart and life today. And if you're watching this on Tuesday, Wednesday, hey, it's your miracle today.
Tuesday.